Hello there, and welcome to A Story Time with Alex. I'm Alex, and I have a story written by our very own Alex Frisch from the 6th grade. Cozy up with that blanket, get that cup of tea ready, and take a seat, kids, because I have a treat for you. Now, without any further ado, let me present Alex with his very own story. Hi, it's me again. I'm Alex. So, here is our story, Strawberry and Blueberry Finding Home. Shall we begin? Strawberry and Blueberry Finding Home by 6th grade Alex Frisch. Oh, you know Mr. Green? Should you tell about my greatest story? Just tell the story then, Strawberry, Mr. Green yelled. Now, you met Mr. Green. He is a straw, and is very impatient, and he is a very anxious man. You probably figured out that I am Strawberry. I think you would know all my friends in the story will be straws. Now, I will begin my story. It all started with my friend Blueberry and me in the simple, huge cabinet. We were just relaxing in that pitch-black cupboard after we were just brought home from the giant store. The light was on there, but then they went out. First, we flew out of the box looking for the giant fat switch. There was no giant fat switch. Then we saw the light, and a plump, squishy hand reached in and took Mr. Yellow, who was my father. The cabinet screeched close. That made me feel really bad when that happened. Later, today, Blueberry and I fell out of the cabinet. We were both taken. Who took you? Yelled Mr. Green from the audience. Mr. Green, be quiet, and I will tell who took Blueberry and me if you let me tell the story. Now, I will continue where I left off. We were screaming when we were taken, but couldn't wiggle out because we are very stiff. You know the feeling, because we're all straws. Riveting story. Imaginative, right? Continuing on. Suddenly, the same squishy hand who took Mr. Yellow came for us. We thought we escaped the hand, but we were dropped into 2 different huge cups with icy cold lemonade. I screamed, "How about we put our weight to one side of the cup?" Blueberry said, "Fine." We then tilted the cup and we fell out. "We are free," we screamed. Now what do we do, I thought. Then I remembered that we could use the door, and Blueberry or I did not know where the hard rock door was, so we decided to go straight into the woods. "Is that it?" yells Mr. Green. "Isn't there more to the story?" "Yes. Let me continue," I said to Mr. Green. Now, back to the story. In the dark, spooky woods, we heard crying. "Who is it?" yelled Blueberry. "I don't know. Let's go check it out," I said very, very softly. Suddenly, the woods became suddenly dark, and it was dark as the midnight sky. We were scared to death. A bright neon green smiley face appeared, and so we decided to go check it out. Suddenly, we came closer and closer to the mysterious neon green face. It turned out to be Smiley Face Straw. "We are looking for the front door," I quietly told him. He blurted out, "Okay, and by the way, my name is Smiley. I'm not a happy straw." Smiley told us the way out of the woods, and we found the ocean. Mr. Green said, "How the heck did you get to the ocean?" "Let me just tell my story, Mr. Green, and be quiet. Also, please no more interruptions. Mr. Green is a very curious man." "Fine," Mr. Green said. "Now back to the amazing story again." I remembered my cousin lives at the beach. He is yellow, just like my father. I asked him to help us fly across the ocean, or something like that. Mr. Beach, who is my cousin, brought along a friend. "His friend is just an ordinarily person," he whispered to me. "My friend is scared when a shark comes. Let's throw him to the shark as bait." I said, "Fine, make sure you say bye." Mr. Beach yelled, "Lay on your back and you will get across." All 5 of us laid on our tiny thin backs and we started to float away from land. Then we were in the middle of the ocean. Mr. Beach shouted, "Shark! Shark!" Mr. Beach picked up his friend and threw him to the giant, thirsty straw. Shark. The shark took Mr. Beach's friend as a juicy, delicious treat. We all cheered because he had no emotions at all. Mr. Green shouts out, "Did you get across the ocean?" "Of course we did. Don't you see I'm alive, Mr. Green?" I told him, continuing on with the story again. As you know, the rest of us made it across because of annoying Mr. Green. So, now we are on the other side of the deep, dark, depressing cold ocean. I guess we are in Spain because I see a giant Spain sign. Then on the way, we met up with a straw named Bendy. He came up and said, "Hola." We all had no clue what he was saying. Bendy says, "Oh, you speak English." Blueberry said, "Do you want to join us on the way to the cabinet?" "Oh, sure. It's that way. You all are here." By the way, I always have travelers ask if I want to find a cabinet. I say no because I don't trust them. I trust you all because you have many straws with you. Bendy blurted out like a giant chatterbox. Welcome to France. Welcome to Poland. Welcome to China. Amazing, we're in China. We found 4 other straws. 2 of their names were Lemon and Twirly, and they had 2 friends. They had to tag along. All of us grew to hate Lemon and Twirly's annoying friends because they never stopped talking. Mr. Beach, Blueberry, and I talked to Lemon and Twirly and told them to use their friends as bait so we won't die. They both said, "Fine, let's do it." As you know, Smiley is still here because he doesn't talk. He just strolls along and looks at the sights. Look, there is a beach here. Is our ticket across? We were about to lay on our backs. Then Mr. Beach jumped and said, "Stop! You need to stand straight up and down on your back in this water." We saw that Lemon's friend was not coming. He said, "I have a fear of water, so I'm not coming." "I see land," yelled Smiley. We all got safely across to land. Somehow we ended up in California. The last straw of our journey was picked up, our last straw on the way, and his name was Raspberry. While we were talking, a bird swooped by and picked up Twirly's friend. We all grabbed on the bird and flew on to Florida. Now, we are in Florida, as you know. Twirly's friend was eaten by a bird. Twirly, Raspberry, Smiley, Mr. Beach, Bendy, Lemon Eye, and I survived. I said, that bird was as soft as a pillow. We slipped under that door of the house. We all walked into the cabinet, and I introduced everyone to my new friends. The end. Here's a note to all you straws out there, and to you, Mr. Green. Use the door that is closest to you when you are taken. Thank you for coming and listening to my story. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us with Storytime with Alex, and our first story, Strawberry and Blueberry Finding Home, written by Alex Frisch in the 6th grade. Stay tuned for more content with Storytime with Alex. And on that, we all know how this always ends. Alex is out. Storytime with Alex and today's reading of Strawberry and Blueberry Finding Home is proudly sponsored by Alexander Frisch's website. Go to alexanderfrisch.com to check out the bi-weekly newsletter, thoughts and things, projects and fun, and so much more. Check it out, like, and subscribe.